Dear soul, come closer. I can feel the questions stirring in your heart. Those moments when everything you thought you knew suddenly feels uncertain, when the path ahead seems to shift beneath your feet. I am Kaelon, one of the elders of the Arcturian Council, and I come to you tonight with news that cannot wait. A timeline recalibration has been detected, and your mission, your very trajectory as a starseed, has shifted in ways the Council has never witnessed before. By the end of our time together, you'll understand exactly what this critical correction means for your journey and why you're feeling this profound sense of urgency in your soul. But first, let me share something I've observed across many ages, something that might bring you comfort. When the universe makes these sudden adjustments, it's not because you've done anything wrong. It's because you're ready for something far greater than you imagined. The bombshell adjustment we just released changes everything we thought we knew about your purpose here. You've been preparing for this moment your entire life, even when you didn't understand why certain experiences felt so intense, why certain relationships ended, why certain doors closed just as you reached for them. This isn't just another transmission. This is the recalibration you've been waiting for, the one that explains why everything has felt so turbulent, so accelerated, so impossibly difficult these past months. The Council has seen what's coming, and you need to know the truth about your updated mission before the next wave begins. If these words are reaching you now, it's not by accident. Your soul called this message forward because some part of you already knows. Stay with me until the end. I have something crucial to share with you that will change how you see your entire journey, and I'm grateful you're here with me now. I see what you're going through, dear one. That feeling when life suddenly shifts beneath your feet, like the very ground you've carefully built your foundation upon has become sand, treacherous, and unpredictable. It's the moment when the familiar landmarks vanish, when relationships change unexpectedly, unraveling like a delicate tapestry, leaving threads of what was in their wake. It's when doors you thought were unequivocally meant for you, doors you perhaps even etched your future plans onto, slam shut with a resounding finality, often without a whisper of warning. It's that jarring realization when the path forward, which you meticulously charted and confidently strode upon, becomes bewilderingly unclear, just when you were certain you had every bend and vista perfectly memorized. I've witnessed this profound, unsettling pattern in countless beautiful souls across the ages, a recurring motif in the grand design of spiritual evolution. And in bearing witness, I want you to know with the deepest certainty of my heart, these disruptions, these seismic shifts, do not in any way mean you've done something wrong. They are not cosmic retributions, nor do they signify that you're being punished for some unseen transgression. They certainly don't mean you've irrevocably lost your way, adrift without a compass in a vast, indifferent ocean. Instead, these moments, though cloaked in confusion and sometimes despair, carry a far richer, more benevolent meaning. What I've observed, across the vast expanse of time and through the countless experiences shared, is that these very moments of profound upheaval, the ones that feel utterly destabilizing, as if your internal compass has spun wildly out of control, are, in truth, often the most sacred and meticulously orchestrated interventions of your spiritual journey. Imagine a cosmic gardener tending to a blossoming soul seed. Sometimes, a gentle shift in light or soil is necessary for its optimal growth. The Council, that benevolent assembly of higher consciousness, watches over each soul with an infinite, unwavering love, a love so pure and profound it transcends human comprehension. And sometimes that boundless love, in its infinite wisdom, expresses itself not as a direct affirmation of your current trajectory, but as a graceful yet firm redirection. This isn't because your original path was inherently flawed or wrong in any judgmental sense, but rather because a grander, more expansive and ultimately more authentic alignment is gently yet powerfully calling you forward, beckoning you toward a destiny that resonates with the deepest truths of your being. It is an invitation to step into an even grander expression of your divine self, even if the bridge to that new chapter feels momentarily dismantled. I know, in the very core of your human experience, how incredibly challenging and almost impossible this can be to accept when you are truly in the thick of it. When the career you've invested years into abruptly ends, leaving you feeling untethered, and questioning your purpose. When a relationship, once a vibrant tapestry of shared dreams, dissolves into poignant silence, leaving an ache in your heart. When unexpected health challenges manifest, demanding a profound reevaluation of your priorities and vulnerabilities. When meticulously laid plans, upon which you've built hopes and futures, crumble into dust before your eyes. In these raw, visceral moments, it doesn't feel like divine intervention or gentle guidance. It feels unequivocally like chaos, a relentless storm threatening to capsize your vessel. Yet, after bearing witness to thousands upon thousands of these profound transitions, observing the unfolding narratives of countless souls through the cycles of apparent loss and ultimate rebirth, I've learned to recognize them not as arbitrary misfortunes, but as the gentlest, most precise possible course corrections. These are whispers of redirection from a wisdom so immeasurably vast and loving, so far beyond the limited scope of what the human mind, in its immediate anguish, can possibly comprehend or appreciate. It is a cosmic hand, guiding your boat ever so subtly away from hidden shoals, towards deeper, safer, and ultimately more expansive waters. The human part of you, with its innate need for security and predictability, instinctively wants to grip tightly to what was, to clutch at the remnants of a fading reality, to somehow force things back to the familiar, even if the familiar was no longer truly serving. This powerful urge to resist, to push back against the tide of change, is not only natural but profoundly understandable, a testament to the mind's desire for control. But pause with me for a moment and consider this. What if I told you with absolute certainty that every single disruption you have ever experienced in your life, every unexpected twist and turn, every moment of perceived loss, has been a careful, intentional realignment? What if each one was a delicate yet powerful adjustment, meticulously orchestrated by love itself, by the very fabric of divine benevolence? What if these changes, regardless of how jarring, uncomfortable, or even heartbreaking they might initially feel, are not acts of deprivation but rather profound acts of grace? What if they are actually clearing sacred space within your life, dismantling old structures and releasing outdated energies, making room for something far more resonant, far more congruent, and infinitely more aligned with the magnificent evolving being you are truly becoming? Imagine the pruning of a strong, healthy vine. The cuts may seem harsh, but they are essential for the vine to bear richer, more abundant fruit. Your soul is preparing for a harvest of profound authenticity. Now let us delve into a deeper understanding, a perspective that often eludes the human consciousness when it is caught in the undertow of immediate circumstance. Here's what most souls, in their earnest pursuit of stability and happiness, don't fully realize. The Council, in its infinite compassion and wisdom, does not intervene in your life to create suffering. To conceive of a loving, guiding force desiring pain for its beloved creations is a fundamental misunderstanding of divine love. On the contrary, their interventions are precisely calibrated to prevent a far more profound and insidious form of suffering, the kind that slowly, imperceptibly erodes the soul from within. This deeper suffering arises from the prolonged stagnation, the quiet decay that inevitably occurs when you persist on a path, in a relationship, or within a situation that has long ceased to serve your highest evolution, your true expansion, and your ultimate joy. It's akin to remaining in a room with diminishing oxygen, slowly weakening without realizing the air is growing thin. Sometimes, in your admirable dedication and human persistence, you become so intensely focused on trying to make something work, be it a demanding relationship, a dissatisfying career, or a confining living situation, that you become blind to the subtle yet significant ways it is slowly, insidiously diminishing your vibrant light, dulling your unique spark, and diverting you from the very essence of who you are meant to be. The Council perceives this slow drain, this quiet erosion, and acts not in judgment but in loving preservation of your sacred essence. The Council, with its panoramic vision, sees the broader tapestry of your soul's journey, stretching far beyond the current stitch or thread. They don't just see the immediate knot you're grappling with, they see the entire design, the intricate patterns, and the destined masterpiece you are intended to become. They witness, with crystal clarity, the trajectory you are currently on and precisely where you are heading if you continue unchanged, adhering to patterns and paths that have run their course. But even more beautifully, they also perceive, with dazzling anticipation, the magnificent, expansive possibilities that await you when you are properly aligned with your highest truth, your deepest joy, and your soul's authentic blueprint. It is from this vantage point of infinite foresight and boundless love that they make their seemingly drastic, yet ultimately compassionate moves. Thus they create what, from our limited human perspective, appears to be an abrupt, unwelcome disruption, a sudden rupture in the familiar order of things. Yet in the cosmic lexicon of divine love, this is actually the most loving, the most gentle, and the most exquisitely timed redirection possible. It is the divine hand expertly steering your ship away from a course that, while comfortable, would ultimately lead to less fulfillment, guiding it instead towards horizons brimming with vibrant new potential, where your soul can truly unfurl its sails and catch the winds of destiny. Through countless cycles of human experience, I have watched, with a profound tenderness, as souls have initially fought against these necessary changes with every fiber of their being. I have seen them exhaust themselves relentlessly, trying to swim upstream against an undeniable current, clinging desperately to the past, their hearts heavy with questions. Why is life suddenly so difficult? Why am I being punished? Why can't things just go back to normal? This resistance, while deeply understandable, often prolongs the very discomfort they seek to avoid. And then, with the gentle turning of the seasons of the soul, sometimes months, sometimes years later, I have had the privilege of witnessing these very same souls, now standing on new, more solid ground, looking back with an utterly profound, almost breathtaking gratitude for the very disruptions they once cursed, the very changes they once vehemently resisted. Their voices, filled with newfound wisdom and peace, echo a common sentiment. I literally cannot imagine where I would be right now if that door hadn't closed so decisively. Or, with a quiet wonder, I never in a million lifetimes would have found this truly aligned path on my own. I was too comfortable in what wasn't serving me. This, dear one, is the unmistakable signature, the indelible mark of counsel intervention. It is the divine paradox, where what initially feels like an insurmountable loss, a painful severing, a devastating ending, gradually, and with the most exquisite grace, reveals itself to be not just a blessing, but the greatest, most transformative gift, paving the way for a life that surpasses all previous imaginings of joy and purpose. It is the shedding of the old skin to reveal the vibrant, shining being beneath, stronger and more radiant than ever before. If everything shared resonates deep in your spirit, if you've always sensed something shifting inside you but couldn't name it, then there's something that will bring you clarity. There's a free quiz called "What Phase of Your Awakening Are You In?" It takes just 2 minutes and reveals exactly where you are on this sacred journey, whether you're in the initial stirring, the unraveling, the dark night, or already emerging into embodiment. Knowing your phase changes everything. It explains why you feel the way you feel right now. The link is in the first pinned comment. Take the quiz before you forget. Your soul already knows the answer. Now, let us turn our attention to the gentle, actionable steps that have provided solace and guidance for countless souls navigating these profound transitions. The very first practice that has proven to be an anchor for so many is learning to consciously, intentionally soften into the sacred space that exists between what was and what is yet to come. I fully acknowledge that this might seem an utterly impossible feat when the pervasive feeling of uncertainty hangs heavy in the air, creating a discomfort that can border on existential angst. Your mind screams for answers, for control, for a clear map. However, what I've observed time and again across the vast spectrum of human experience is that this pause, this liminal space, is not empty or void. It is profoundly sacred. It is a womb of creation, a fertile ground for rebirth. You do not, in these moments, need to have your next steps meticulously figured out immediately. There is no divine mandate for you to force clarity or to rush headlong into premature action. Indeed, sometimes and perhaps most profoundly, the greatest wisdom, the most courageous act of self-love, is simply allowing yourself the grace to not know for a while. It's like a seed resting dormant in the earth through winter, trusting the unseen processes. When you consciously choose to stop fighting the inevitable transition, to release the white-knuckled grip on what was, and instead begin to breathe deeply and intentionally through the unfolding moment, something truly miraculous begins to shift within your being. The relentless panic, which often accompanies such radical change, slowly, gradually begins to settle, like dust motes descending after a storm. And as this internal tempest calms, a precious, expansive space opens up within you, a fertile void where new insights, intuitive whispers, and truly aligned directions can finally begin to emerge from the depths of your soul. Do not approach this practice with harsh self-judgment or pressure. Try this softly, with an immense gentleness toward yourself, as if you are cradling a delicate, nascent truth. Just for today, grant yourself the profound permission to release the burden of needing to have all the answers, allowing the universe to hold the unknowns for you. As you begin to cultivate that softening, that deliberate ease into the pause, a remarkable shift in your perception becomes possible. The relentless clamor of surface disruption, the incessant chatter of the anxious mind, starts to recede, much like the roar of waves quieting after reaching the shore. In this newfound internal stillness, you can begin to sense the deeper currents, the subtle, profound movements that are always flowing beneath the tumultuous surface. Many souls, in their earnest and often frantic efforts to regain control, inadvertently resist this sensing. They remain so intensely focused on analyzing, on dissecting, on fixing what, from their limited vantage point, appears to be utterly broken. But here is the profound truth I have witnessed across countless ages, echoed in the spiritual journeys of myriad beings. Within the very heart of every upheaval, nestled amidst the apparent chaos, there are quiet, persistent whispers of guidance, like soft breezes carrying forgotten melodies, diligently trying to reach you. These aren't loud pronouncements or dramatic signs. They are often subtle, almost imperceptible nudges. Perhaps it was the fleeting moment of sheer, unexpected relief you felt, a lightness in your chest, when that undeniably stressful situation, though painful to lose, finally ended. Or maybe it's the surprising, almost exhilarating sense of freedom that washed over you when a heavy burden of obligations unexpectedly fell away. It could be that strange, persistent knowing, an undeniable inner conviction that keeps bubbling up from your deeper wisdom, even as your logical mind, trained in skepticism, tirelessly attempts to dismiss it as wishful thinking or irrationality. These gentle yet powerful whispers are the council's tender and precise way of communicating direction, of guiding you towards your next aligned step. Therefore, make a conscious practice of tuning your inner ear. Start paying meticulous attention to what genuinely feels lighter within your being, to what evokes a subtle expansion rather than contraction, even when you are still fully immersed in the midst of difficulty and uncertainty. This lightness is your compass, your soul's undeniable affirmation. This next step, this profound form of embodied wisdom, might initially feel a little strange, perhaps even unconventional to your rational mind, and that is perfectly all right. Give yourself the grace of curiosity. For what I have consistently observed across all dimensions of being is that your physical body, this magnificent temple of your soul, possesses an innate, often primal understanding of the wisdom inherent in these divine redirections, long before your logical mind can ever fully grasp or intellectualize it. Your body is a finely tuned instrument, a sensitive receiver of energetic truths. What I have noticed with unwavering consistency is this: when you are truly, authentically moving away from a path, a person, a situation, or an energy that no longer serves your highest good, your body often begins to exhibit subtle, yet undeniable signs of relaxation and release. This physiological unwinding often commences even before your external circumstances have fully shifted, before the final papers are signed, before the last words are spoken. Conversely, when you are gently, inexorably moving towards greater alignment with your true self, towards the path of your highest potential, a renewed sense of vital energy, a subtle yet palpable vibrancy, begins to return to your physical vessel, like a dormant current reawakening. When you feel ready, and I emphasize there is absolutely no rush, for spiritual awakening unfolds in its own divine timing, you might try engaging in a simple, yet profoundly insightful dialogue with your own body. Pose a gentle question. How does it feel within my body when I imagine going back to that old situation, that former relationship, that past career? Pause and deeply, without judgment, notice the somatic response, the familiar contraction in your chest, the subtle clenching in your gut, the inexplicable heaviness in your shoulders, perhaps even a wave of exhaustion washing over you. Then offer another question with an open heart. How does it feel within my body when I imagine fully trusting this current transition, surrendering to the unknown, and opening to the possibility of something new? Often, in response to this latter inquiry, you will perceive a subtle yet undeniable opening, a gentle release in your diaphragm, a lightness in your extremities, a quiet sense of expansive possibility, even if the specific details of this unfolding future remain obscured from your intellectual gaze. Your body speaks the language of truth. Learn to listen to its profound wisdom. By now, something may already be shifting inside you. You might be starting to sense that these changes aren't random or punitive. The next thing that has helped many souls is releasing the story that they've somehow failed or made wrong choices that led to these disruptions. I know how heavy that narrative can be, the self-blame, the endless analyzing of what you should have done differently. But what if none of this was your fault? What if you were being guided all along and the disruptions are simply course corrections from a love so vast it can orchestrate changes you never would have chosen for yourself? Having released the heavy burden of self-blame, you create a lightness that allows for greater sensitivity to the subtle currents of guidance. This next step is about honing your awareness to recognize the gentle yet persistent magnetism that is perpetually trying to draw you forward, beckoning you towards your next sacred destination. It's like discovering an invisible golden thread shimmering faintly in the periphery of your vision, pulling you towards an unknown yet compelling future. Many souls, conditioned by societal expectations for immediate gratification and clear-cut directions, often bypass this crucial step. They remain in a holding pattern, waiting for dramatic, undeniable signs from the heavens, for thunderous pronouncements, or for explicit, unambiguous instructions to appear before them like a lighted billboard. But what I have learned from witnessing countless journeys, from observing the intricate dance between human will and divine grace, is that the council, in its elegant wisdom, frequently communicates not through overt commands or grand spectacles, but through the delicate, irresistible force of gentle attraction. So I invite you to turn your attention inward and outward with a new lens of inquiry. What activities, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, make you feel slightly more alive, even in the very midst of uncertainty and transition? Is it a particular book that calls to you? A piece of music that deeply moves your spirit? A creative endeavor that awakens a forgotten passion? Or a walk in nature that restores your inner peace? What thoughts, what nascent possibilities, what unexpected ideas ignite a spark of enthusiasm within you? What kinds of conversations leave you feeling genuinely energized, uplifted, and expanded, rather than drained or diminished? What dreams, what persistent imaginings, what quiet yearnings keep returning to you, even after you've tried to dismiss them? These are not random occurrences, dear one. These are not mere coincidences or fleeting whims. These are, in fact, precisely those golden threads, meticulously and lovingly being woven by a profound, omniscient wisdom that knows with absolute certainty exactly where you belong, what truly nourishes your soul, and what fulfills your divine purpose. Give yourself the immense freeing permission to follow these threads, to trust their subtle pull even, and especially, when your logical mind cannot yet discern where they ultimately lead or how they will connect to form the larger tapestry of your destiny. Each thread is a whispered invitation, an energetic breadcrumb leading you home. If you feel a readiness within your heart to delve a little deeper, to embrace an even more profound facet of these sacred transitions, here is another observation I have gathered from the myriad journeys I have witnessed. Sometimes a crucial component of this grand realignment process involves people. Individuals who once held significant, even essential places in your life, naturally, gently, yet undeniably drifting away. This particular aspect can often be one of the most acutely painful and difficult to accept, stirring feelings of abandonment, confusion, or even personal inadequacy. You might find yourself in the bewildering situation where relationships that once felt like the very bedrock of your existence, vibrant and life-giving, now feel strained, heavy, or inexplicably empty, like a well that has run dry. Cherished friendships that once sparkled with shared laughter and deep connection may begin to subtly, imperceptibly fade, like old photographs losing their color. Even deeply entrenched family dynamics, the very patterns that defined your early life, can undergo profound and often uncomfortable shifts, leaving you feeling isolated or misunderstood. It is crucial to understand, dear one, that this is not a failure of love on your part, nor is it a judgment against those who depart. Instead, it is love itself, in its highest, most discerning form, expressing itself as a profound process of natural selection within the energetic landscape of your life. As you courageously and authentically align more deeply with your true, evolving self, with your soul's purest path and purpose, you inevitably begin to resonate at a different vibrational frequency. It's like a musical instrument being perfectly tuned. Not everyone will be able to play in harmony with your new pitch. Some people, whose own paths are evolving in complementary ways, will naturally match this elevated frequency, and your connection with them may deepen and flourish in new, more authentic ways. Others, whose vibrational patterns are diverging, or whose lessons with you are complete, simply won't. This is not a judgment, merely an energetic truth. The Council, in its exquisite wisdom and boundless compassion, orchestrates these intricate social shifts with as much meticulous care, precision, and loving intention as they orchestrate the profound career shifts or geographical relocations you experience. They know that your soul requires the right energetic ecosystem to thrive, and sometimes that means gracefully releasing what no longer serves the symphony of your highest vibration, creating space for new, more harmonious connections to enter your life. Trust that these partings, though often painful, are always in service of your sacred growth and the unfolding of your most authentic self. And finally, as you embrace these gentle yet powerful steps, dear one, I implore you to hold steadfast to a fundamental truth. Remember that the Council, and indeed the entire universe, operates on soul time, not on the urgent, often impatient and limited timeline of the ego. What often feels to your human mind like an exasperating delay, a frustrating pause, or an unexpected setback, those moments where you might silently scream, "Why isn't it happening yet?" is, from the expansive perspective of your highest evolution, actually perfect divine timing. Imagine a master artisan meticulously crafting a masterpiece. Each pause, each seemingly slow stroke, is part of the perfection. The intricate, beautiful pieces of your new life, the elements of your next great chapter, are being arranged and aligned in ways so subtle and profound that you cannot possibly perceive them from your current vantage point. It's like observing a complex machine being built from the inside. You only see the final product much later. This isn't a process you need to force, to control, or to intellectually figure out with frantic urgency. It is an organic, unfolding process, one that will manifest naturally, gracefully, and perfectly, as you consistently tend to the other steps we have discussed: softening, listening, trusting your body, releasing old stories, following your energetic threads, and allowing natural energetic shifts in relationships. Trust, with the deepest conviction of your heart, that every apparent setback, every perceived obstacle, every moment of confusion has been, in truth, a meticulously designed setup, a strategic placement for something far more beautiful, more expansive, and more profoundly fulfilling than your current imagination can possibly conceive. The Council's love for you is not merely abundant, it is patient beyond measure. It is utterly thorough in its precision, and it is absolutely unconditionally committed to your highest good, your greatest joy, and the full glorious realization of your divine potential. There is no aspect of your unfolding that is overlooked or unloved. And so, dear one, as we conclude this shared understanding, I offer you this blessing for your unique and sacred journey. There is no expectation, no pressure, for you to apply all of these insights or practices at once as if checking off a list. Your awakening is not a task to be rushed or perfected. It is a profound journey of discovery. Simply take what resonates most deeply within your spirit today, the truth that feels like a gentle balm or a guiding light. Allow yourself the freedom to leave the rest for another time, for a future moment when your soul is ready to receive it. These powerful transitions, these alchemical processes of transformation, are not meant to be hurried or forced into some preconceived notion of perfection. Rather, they are meant to be lived, breathed, and experienced with as much conscious presence and as much grace, compassion, and gentle self-love as you can possibly muster in each unfolding moment. I have had the profound privilege of witnessing countless souls courageously walk through the very heart of these sacred disruptions, these moments that test the very fiber of their being. And with unwavering consistency, each and every one of them, without exception, emerged on the other side more profoundly aligned with their true essence, more courageously authentic in their expression, and more vibrantly alive in their very being than they were before the winds of change swept through their lives. Let this truth be an anchor for your heart. The counsel, that benevolent, unwavering presence of divine love, has never, not once, abandoned a single soul in transition. They hold you, they support you, and they illuminate your path even when you are utterly unable to feel their presence, and most especially when the veil of confusion and doubt feels thickest, when the silence seems to stretch endlessly before you. Have faith, dear one, for your path is unfolding exactly as it should, in perfect harmony with your soul's highest blueprint. The unexpected detours are not errors or mistakes on your map of destiny. They are, in truth, profound opportunities for discovery, revealing hidden landscapes and unexpected treasures. The apparent delays are not denials of your deepest desires. They are manifestations of perfect divine timing, allowing the necessary elements to coalesce for your highest good. And these moments of profound disruption are not acts of destruction meant to dismantle your spirit. They are, in their deepest essence, acts of loving redirection, guiding you with an invisible hand toward the magnificent, expansive, and joy-filled life your soul truly came here to live, the life that awaits your full embrace. I believe in you, profoundly and unconditionally, not because you possess all the answers, not because you have every detail of your future perfectly figured out, but because you possess the profound willingness to trust, to surrender, and to keep taking one step at a time, even when the path ahead is obscured, even when you cannot see clearly beyond the next bend. That willingness, that spark of courageous faith, is truly enough. That sacred trust, born from the depths of your being, is what allows the divine magic to unfold, what invites the universe to weave its tapestry of wonder around you, guiding you to a fulfillment beyond your wildest dreams.